I tell Jay, I tell Hov a lot, man. I don't think he understand. He know. I ain't gonna say he don't know, but I think at one point, bro, we could have signed the whole New York City.
Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely. You got you know what y'all did for people coming from, especially where we come from. We from the style, like when you see somebody do it that you absolutely relate to, you like, man, it gives you some hope that you can change some of this shit around in your life. You know what I mean?
And back then, a lot of these kids don't understand because it's I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's easier than it was for us back then to get in the game. You could create a YouTube channel, IG, Twitter, get your following up, and they see your music. Back then, this shit was like telling them you going to the NBA.
They didn't just change hip-hop. They almost owned the whole New York City rap scene. Back then, this wasn't the internet era. This was real gatekeeper music industry power. Major record deals really meant something back then. If Jay-Z and Dame Dash stamped you, your life changed overnight. Memphis Bleek is breaking down why Roc-A-Fella Records had so much leverage that they could have signed the entire New York City if they wanted to. And he's not exaggerating. This is coming from a real perspective. Now I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need y'all to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
And then I watched you grind, my G, and then here come High Hater.
Absolutely.
Yo.
Before High Hater was Rumors, though. I don't know if you remember Rumors. When it was the song when I was talking about all the rumors. That's the song that actually got me signed first. That was the song that kind of changed the game, because before that, it was like the mixtapes and the DVDs, it was that era. We was on there talking crazy.
Yo, wait, going back there, you just sparked the memory, man. I remember back then, too. That's when they used to be like, yo, I ain't gonna front, man. Ain't no squeezing all the DJs. He putting deodorant on everybody's neck. That nigga in the club like this. Yo, let me holler at you real quick, homie. Nigga say you was putting deo on everybody in the city.
You know what? I hear that so much, right? And I'm like, I don't feel like he was like that. Like, I don't think, because niggas like, yo, I was smacking DJs up, and I'm like, nah, I ain't never, ever
put my hands
on a DJ. Okay, maybe a couple promoters, but
for sure,
no DJs, right? But the thing was, it's like sometimes we gotta. I was coming from a world where it was aggressive. I've been in two places my whole life. It was the streets, and I've been in prison. And after prison, I went back to the streets. So my introduction might have been a little aggressive because the energy of just coming home, you gotta understand the mentality of a nigga that just been in prison all this time. His energy is up because we sitting in the day room like, damn, fantasizing. Yo, bro, let me tell you, man, I used to sit in the day room and watch y'all. Understand this perspective of 70 people in a day room watching TRL or Rap City and they doing a Roc-A-Fella countdown or whatever it is, and we just like, man.
When I touch down.
Right, like, and you could just fantasize. And I tell Proof all the time, I'm like, man, I wanted to be down with Roc-A-Fella. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want, like, because everybody, like, you have these dreams. You have these dreams.
I tell I tell Hov a lot, man. I don't think he understand. He know. I ain't gonna say he don't know, but I think at one point, bro, we could have signed the whole New York City.
Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely. You got you know what y'all did for people coming from, especially where we come from. We from the style, like when you see somebody do it that you absolutely relate to, you like, man, it gives you some hope that you can change some of this shit around in your life. You know what I mean?
And back then, a lot of these kids don't understand because it's I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's easier than it was for us back then to get in the game. You could create a YouTube channel, IG, Twitter, get your following up, and they see your music. Back then, this shit was like telling a nigga you going to the NBA.
100%.
Niggas like, no, you not.
If you had a major record deal, it was because you was that good.
That's right.
You
had to be.
You was that good. And that's what it said. It was more prestigious. It was like, because you had to meet a standard, like, because everybody wasn't getting record deals.
Nope. Everybody could not go. It wasn't for everybody. It was for a select few. And then certain people got in because they got vouched for.
Right, but it was still who you knew, though.
That's a fact.
Right, which wasn't easy because everybody didn't have access. So it wasn't like now where, you know, the technology made it to where it's like you could go in your grandmother's basement and make a record and then upload it on your Instagram and your YouTube page, and then you just a rapper.
Guy. Yep.
Right? And I say this all the time. Rap is like the only, industry where it's no standard. You don't have to meet a requirement, right? You know what I mean? You just can't be a professional boxer. No. You can't just be.
No, you can't wake up and just be like, you're going to get your shit, nigga.
Right. You can't just be a professional basketball player. Like
football, nothing. You can't wake up and get into no league.
Nothing. You can't just be a doctor. You can't just be a lawyer. Like, you have to study, work, study, school,
master your craft.
School. Right.
Yeah.
Rap. You can, like, man, you know what? I got 4,000 followers. I want to be a rapper.
That's a fact.
I'm going to the studio, and then, I'm going to be lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the way, it's good and bad. Because in a way, it oversaturates the game.
Yes.
Makes it too, accessible for everybody. But then the good side is, come on, man, it's making a lot of uneducated people that ain't qualified to get jobs able to feed and provide for their family. So I like that part. You know what I'm saying? I love that part.
This is one of those conversations that really shows how fast power can come and how fast it can fade. What Bleek said hit different because it wasn't hate and it wasn't nostalgia for clicks. It was perspective. When he talks about Jay-Z and Dame Dash being able to sign the whole New York City, he's really talking about timing, about leverage, about belief, and about an era where momentum meant everything and access meant even more. My honest takeaway is this. Roc-A-Fella wasn't just a label. It was a signal. When artists saw somebody who looked like them and came from where they came from winning at the highest level, it changed how people moved. It made dreams feel realistic. Not easy, but realistic. At the same time, I don't think this is about wishing the old days back. Every era had its trade-offs. Today, the music business is more open than ever. Artists have way more control. Branding matters. Ownership matters. And you can build an audience without permission. That's powerful, and I love that. However, one drawback to that was scarcity. And scarcity creates value. Back then, a major deal meant you were undeniable. Today, visibility doesn't always equal longevity. That's not a knock on the new generation. It's just the reality of an oversaturated market. More opportunity also means more noise. The challenge now is standing out without burning out. At its peak, Roc-A-Fella Records was distributing through Def Jam, which is part of Universal Music Group, a company that now generates over $10 billion a year. That's the level of infrastructure Jay-Z and Dame Dash were operating within. That's why their decisions carried so much weight back then. That kind of machine can launch or stall careers with one move. So let me ask y'all this. Do you think Jay-Z and Dame Dash could have really signed all of New York City if they wanted to? Or was that moment bigger than any label could control? And where do you think Memphis Bleek fits into that Roc-A-Fella story today as an artist and as a voice looking back on that era? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.